Claire Danes is a name we associate with intense, brilliant, and unforgettable characters. From her breakout role in My So-Called Life to her award-winning performance as Carrie Matheson in Homeland. She's an actress who has mastered the art of emotional depth. But in 2023, long after the world thought her family life was settled, Claire experienced something she never imagined would happen again. She became pregnant at 44. It wasn't planned. It wasn't expected. She didn't even think it was possible. And now, at 46, Claire is finally opening up about this journey. Not in a polished magazine interview, but in a candid, raw conversation on the SmartLess podcast. What she revealed was a deeply human story of shock, joy, and even a surprising sense of shame. This is the full story of how Claire Danes found herself unexpectedly starting a new chapter of motherhood, and why she now calls it a blessing she didn't know she needed. The conversation started like any other. Claire was on the podcast to talk about her new Netflix series, The Beast in Me. The hosts, Jason Bateman, Sean Hayes, and Will Arnett, were joking with her about her house, saying it looked like a brownstone. Claire casually confirmed it was, and then, almost as an afterthought, she dropped the bombshell. She and her husband, Hugh Dancy, had moved there because they had an unexpected third child in 2023. Not planned, not scheduled, just life happening. The hosts were naturally surprised and gently prodded for more. That S when Claire said the words that would soon make headlines. I was so old when that happened. I was 44. Her tone wasn't dramatic. It was matter-of-fact. She wasn't being self-critical. She was just being honest. She genuinely didn't think her body was still capable of having another child. Claire has always been known for her candor, and she didn't hold back. She explained, I didn't think it was possible. By the age of 44, she had accepted that her family was complete. She already had 2 wonderful sons, Cyrus, born in 2012, and Rowan, born in 2018. Both pregnancies happened in her 30s and early 40s, a time when having children is still seen as fairly conventional. But 44, that milestone took even her by surprise. And with that surprise came a wave of emotions she never anticipated, including one that caught her completely off guard. Shame. It wasn't shame in the way we usually think of it. It wasn't regret or embarrassment about the baby itself. It was something deeper, more instinctive, tied to the unspoken societal rules placed on women. She explained it with incredible honesty, saying, "It was weird. Suddenly, I felt this funny shame, like I was naughty, like I had been caught fornicating past the point I was meant to." This raw confession shines a light on a powerful truth. Women are often conditioned to believe their fertility has an expiration date. Society quietly polices women's bodies and their timelines. She was a successful actress, a mother of 2, and she thought her life's major chapters were already written. But nature had other plans. Her pregnancy made her feel like she had broken an unwritten rule, one she didn't even realize she had internalized until that moment. As she put it, it was like I found an edge I hadn't been conscious of, like I was going outside of the parameters. It was a moment of profound self-awareness, and one that many women approaching midlife can deeply relate to. After this heavy admission, host Jason Bateman lightened the mood. He playfully asked if the baby was a girl. Claire's face lit up as she confirmed, yes, after 2 boys, she had a daughter. A new, beautiful experience she hadn't dared to hope for. Bateman joked that she must have been pissed off if she'd had another boy. Claire laughed, but quickly clarified, I would have been delighted to have another boy. Then she added something even sweeter. I'm more delighted to have a daughter. It wasn't about preference. It was about the pure, unexpected joy of a new journey. She added with a smile, yeah, she's pretty cool. She loves a tutu. It was a simple, happy moment that reminded everyone this story, with all its emotional complexity, was ultimately about a joyful, loved little girl. This new chapter is built on a very solid foundation. Claire's nearly 2-decade-long relationship with her husband, Hugh Dancy. Their love story began far from the Hollywood spotlight. They met on the set of the 2006 film Evening, and their connection grew quietly and naturally. They got engaged in 2009 and married later that year in a small private ceremony in France, with no media frenzy or publicity stunts. For years, they've built a life based on partnership, family, and a grounded love, free from tabloid drama. It's this stable foundation that allowed Claire to embrace an unexpected pregnancy, not with fear, but with humor, curiosity, and ultimately, gratitude. At 44, Claire Danes wasn't planning for sleepless nights and newborn diapers. Like many parents her age, she was likely looking ahead to her son's teenage years and new phases in her career. But this baby, this surprise, became what she now calls a blessing. It wasn't on any timeline, it simply arrived, and it brought with it a new family dynamic, a daughter she adores, and a newfound sense of gratitude. It forced her to break her own internalized rules about age and identity. Claire's words show us that sometimes life's most beautiful surprises force us to confront the unspoken rules we didn't even know we were following. Motherhood in midlife is more than just a physical experience. It's a profound emotional and psychological shift. Claire's honesty highlights a deeper social truth. Women often feel an immense pressure to finish having children by their late 30s. After 40, there are whispers, assumptions, and quiet judgments. Claire's initial feeling of shame shows just how deeply that societal conditioning can run. But by speaking her truth, she helps break that taboo. Her story normalizes later life motherhood, challenges age-based stigma, and reframes pregnancy after 40 as something natural, not scandalous. It's a powerful reminder that life doesn't always stick to a neat timeline. Her daughter represents not just a new baby, but a new, more expansive understanding of herself. And despite this major life change, Claire Danes didn't slow down professionally. In 2023, while navigating a surprise pregnancy, she starred in the Netflix psychological thriller The Beast in Me. It was a major role that once again showcased her incredible range and emotional depth. Balancing a high-intensity acting career with a newborn is an immense challenge, but Claire has always thrived under pressure. This time, however, she approached her work with an even deeper sense of gratitude, knowing she was living two powerful stories at once: the story of a woman rediscovering motherhood, and the story of an actress continuing to master her craft. So why did Claire Danes' story resonate so deeply with so many people? It wasn't just the shock value, it was the sheer relatability. Her journey speaks to women who thought motherhood was behind them, who feel the pressure of the biological clock, who fear society's age limits, and who are rewriting their own life stories at 40, 50, and beyond. Her honesty opens a door for a conversation our culture often avoids. She is living proof that life doesn't end at 40, motherhood doesn't expire at 35, and joy doesn't follow a rulebook. Today, at 46, Claire Danes seems more grounded, humorous, and self-aware than ever before. Her unexpected daughter didn't disrupt her life. She expanded it. She softened it. She deepened it. Claire now embodies a powerful truth. Sometimes the most beautiful chapters in our lives begin long after we think the story is already complete. She affectionately called her daughter an oopsie-daisy baby, but really, she was a gift. A surprise that arrived at exactly the right time, teaching Claire that you are never too old to grow, to change, or to be surprised by joy. At 44, she found a new beginning. At 46, she is embracing it with her whole heart, and her story is a beautiful reminder for all of us. Life doesn't follow rules, it follows the heart. Thanks so much for watching. If you found this story as inspiring as we did, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel for more deep dives into the stories that shape our world. We'll see you next time.